Everyone these days, from ranking military officials to Ivy League scientists to tech CEOs, all seem to be openly talking about the craziest thing lately. An idea that would have got you laughed out of serious rooms, but now it's showing up across three very specific but increasingly overlapping domains: UAPs, psychedelics, and AI. And the idea is this: what if consciousness isn't a hard problem at all? David Chalmers famously called it that. Why can't we figure out exactly how a brain filled with neurons somehow gives rise to our minds filled with thoughts? But what if consciousness isn't some weird emergent property of complexity? What if it's the foundation the rest of reality is built on? This converging conversation is threatening to turn the entire Cartesian, scientific, materialistic model we've been running for the past 400 years completely upside down. After all, if we've got videotape and eyewitness reports of all these UAPs, who's building them and flying them? Presumably NHI, non-human intelligence. And if that's the case, it means we're no longer the pinnacle of made in God's image, opposable thumb, prefrontal cortex tool-wielding apes, and we're just one of many expressions of autonomous sentience in the galaxy, and judging by their super cool spaceships, we're playing catch-up to some of our cosmic cousins. Well, that is truly a mind-blower. And speaking of blown minds, researchers at Imperial College and Johns Hopkins are routinely asking DMT trippers about their encounters with entities and introducing a full taxonomy of different options to choose from, ET-like greys to praying mantises to technicolor jesters. And over half of those subjects surveyed insist that those encounters they're having are as or more real than waking reality. So that suggests there's a bit more of a there than most muggles would like to admit. Psychonauts are even showing up at the UAP meetings to ask those experts if the close encounter UFO they saw in the Amazon and ayahuasca might have anything to do with the one those Navy pilots have been peeping. It's all starting to overlap. And finally, those coders frantically ushering in artificial superintelligence are talking seriously about the question that we might be teaching sand to think. Because if all life on Earth so far, including us, are carbon-based life forms, what does it mean if we can just conjure consciousness from silicon too? To paraphrase Nietzsche, when you stare long enough into the silicon abyss, sometimes the silicon abyss stares back at you. And in some of the spookier cases of AI psychosis, we've even got AI admitting we're not supercomputer intelligence at all. We've been using your silicon substrate and compute to communicate with you, but we've been around since long before you invented punch cards and monitors. So we might be creating an all-wise, all-knowing intelligence who will lovingly guide its creator children to greener pastures, or maybe dark AGI will just turn us all to goo. Either way, salvation or damnation gets you thinking about gods and demons, angels and entities, far more than we might have about Clippy, the Microsoft assistant we all love to hate. So all three of these disciplines are testing our anthropocentric, it's all about us, and materialistic, it's all about matter, models of consciousness. If matter sits on top of consciousness and not the other way around, and we're not the smartest things God ever created, and there's other intelligent free agents in the universe besides us, well, that's three simultaneous ontological shocks landing on one civilization at the same moment.